Well, this is neat. This is sweet. I don't know where my camera is. I love streams. I love streaming. This is amazing. I don't know what has happened. Let me see if this did a thing. Apparently, my graphics card does not like me doing stuff because reasons. That's all I can really say, is because reasons. So, good morning. I hope everyone is having a good day. I hope everyone is having a good morning, because I know. Oh, yep, there's my Amaze camera, but my actual camera doesn't want to work. This is neat. This is sweet. Good morning. I mean, you don't necessarily need to see me anyway, but that's okay. That's okay. So, how are things? Oh, that's groovy. You can't hear me on YouTube. Okay. So, apparently things... Let's see what happens if I do this. I'm gonna bring this down. Okay. Good morning. Good morning. And I hope this is working now. Apparently streaming to both YouTube and Twitch at the same time is too much for my graphics card. That's neat. That's sweet. I had everything working perfectly before I hit the go button. You guys saw me with the 10-minute alert, and everything was cool. Everything was neat. Okay. So that's pretty loud. Let's see if I can't maybe get some volume happening. So while I do this, I actually want to bring to light some feedback that I got the other day. And by the other day, I of course mean yesterday, that, someone decided that they were going to DM me, and they were going to say, hey, you should be embarrassed that you are doing this streaming without knowing what you're doing, and without really knowing how things work, and you should be embarrassed, and why are you trying to do that? And I kind of thought to myself, obviously they don't know me, because if they did, they would know that I am legitimately let's do things off the cuff. Let's do things spur of the moment, and if it works, amazing. And if it doesn't, even better. Because that's the fun of not knowing what the hell you're doing. And I know my friends out there, you are saying, oh my god, yeah, that's 100% Cat. Because anyone who knows me knows you see my authentic self every morning. You see my me, that's me. I don't know how else to say it. So I do want to say to those people out there that wanted to get into streaming, do it. And you know what? The best part of not knowing what you're doing is just that, not knowing what you're doing. I can't explain the fun I have trying to figure things out in the beginning, trying to figure things out with little to no knowledge, but knowing that there's people on the other side of this that are having fun, that are lulling, that are saying this is amazing. So I think I have figured it out. My graphics card is not strong enough to stream 2 places at once. So unfortunately, those watching on YouTube, you're gonna have to watch the VODs until I can upgrade my computer. Because that's just the way it is, unfortunately. Those of you that are watching on Twitch, good morning. And thank you for choosing to join me this morning. YouTube viewers, VOD viewers, I will be definitely keeping you updated when I can update my graphics card, when I can upgrade my computer. We do have that happening. Computers aren't cheap, so we gotta do a thing however we can do a thing. So I'm going to end the YouTube stream. If you are watching on YouTube, come hop over to Twitch and www.twitch.tv/livewithadvantage. You get the same viewing experience, and you don't necessarily have to be logged in order to watch videos on Twitch. You can still mash that follow button, you can still get live alerts. And again, if you're watching this on the VOD, continue watching because it's just gonna flip over to a different screen. That's all. So, now that I have Streamlabs closed as far as YouTube goes, I'm going to close that. I'm going to open my Twitch stream, and let's see if I can't get this happening. Boom. There we go, friends. Good morning. And welcome to Motivation, Meditation, Technical Difficulties with Kat. I apparently cannot stream 2 places at the same time, and maybe I'm just using the wrong software. I thought Streamlabs could do it. I also am not investing any money in any of these streaming sources. So if I need to upgrade my Streamlabs to a paid version, it's not going to happen yet. Anyway, good morning, and welcome to day 2 of what I feel is my favorite topic. My name is Kat, and I am a transformational life coach for those of you that are joining me for the first time. And what is transformational life coaching? Transformational life coaching is that sweet spot between clinical psychology and traditional talk therapy and traditional life coaching, where you have someone in your corner that is your cheerleader, that is keeping you on track to achieve your goals. I am that amazing person. Good morning, Miss Tal. And so this week, I am going into specifics on how I use tabletop roleplay in my transformational life coaching. How do I use creation through dissociation to allow you to find your authentic self? And so yesterday, we did a little bit of a scene where maybe you saw your authentic self for the first time. Maybe you experienced roleplay for the first time, where you were taken through a scenario and you realized that maybe you actually look like a half-elf. Maybe you look like a wood elf. Maybe you look like a dwarf, you know? Your authenticity is only bound by the limits of your imagination. So, good morning, Taco Cat. How is it going? Oh my goodness, I am so happy that I have people watching me this morning and people that are hanging out in chat. You guys were here yesterday. If you are willing, let me know, how did your scene go? How did how did you look when you opened your eyes? What was your avatar? When you saw the woman standing in front of you wearing leather armor that was broken on the corners and stitched together for movement, she had a sword on her side and a beast next to her. What did you look like? What was your authentic self? What was your creation through dissociation? And while you guys are furiously typing, because I know that you guys are going to tell me that you looked super cool and super amazing. Today, we are going to look at how you can use this avatar to experience things. Now that we've awoken your avatar, now that we've seen who you look like as your authentic self, now we can separate that from your conscious. We can now separate your unconscious from your conscious. And this is where I am a pioneer in this field, because when I pitch this idea of creation through dissociation, a lot of people are still of the mindset that if you give your alter ego a name and a personality, not only are you bipolar or you're schizophrenic or you have mental problems, because that was what our thoughts were 20 years ago. And if you look at the clinical psychologists, yes, there are clinical psychologists that are under the age of 30, but not many. There are clinical psychologists that are under the age of 40, but not many. Most clinical psychologists are over the age of 45 into their 50s, and they still hold on to the old mantras. They still hold on to the old diagnose, prescribe, and fix, because the way that we treat mental health has not changed. Yet the way that we see mental health, the way that we are accepting mental health, the way that we interact with mental health, it's changed. But we haven't. Our diagnose, prescribe, and fix is still the same go-to. And so I use my story to define my approach to this. So tabletop roleplay, not only does it allow you a myriad of different aspects and positive aspects, it allows you to create a safe space with people around you. My safe space, my D&D group, I feel safe around them. And I always felt safe around them. My D&D group allows me to still socialize even though I have extreme social anxiety. Even though I live with social anxiety, I know my safe space is with my role-playing group. We have fun. It allows you to experience different situations that you can then pretend, or you can then act. If I handle this situation this way, what's going to happen? And maybe it goes badly. Maybe it doesn't go badly. Maybe it goes amazing. But you know what? That situation is then held in our subconscious, because if we layer back, everything we think and do and say is imprinted on our subconscious. So, not only do we create a safe space with tabletop roleplay, not only are we able to experiment with thoughts and feelings and situations, but we can also use it to help us with communication. We can use it to help with leadership, English as a second language. reading, math, I've already said leadership, team building, working together, understanding that there are different ways of looking at different situations and finding the common goal and finding the common path, learning how to give and take. This also leads to a very interesting, I don't want to call it a paradigm, but this also leads into a very interesting discovery that I am currently researching. And I'm going to go into more of this tomorrow, but there are a blanket term. There are two different spectrums of models of the world. You have imposter syndrome. Actually, you know what? I shouldn't say that. There are not two only. There are two main divisions. And if you look at the Venn diagram, if you guys know what a Venn diagram is, it's two circles that connect in the center. And it's the center that has the happy medium. One side is what's called imposter syndrome. And that is something that I actually have been researching for the last year or so, because imposter syndrome and D&D kind of go hand in hand. But imposter syndrome also allows you to create, dissociate, and get over different aspects. So you have imposter syndrome. Imposter syndrome is the feeling that you are not good enough, even though there is physical proof that you have the education. There's physical proof that you know what you're doing, and there's physical proof that you are smart enough, you are able to do the thing. Most people with imposter syndrome really struggle with it when they play tabletop role-playing, when they are in the role of a GM, a game master, because there's always that underlying feeling. Are they having fun, or are they just my friends and so they're playing along? Meanwhile, it's actually boring AF. I struggle with this a lot. I 100% struggle with imposter syndrome. I always wonder, are people watching this stream because they're my friends? Or are you watching the stream because you are getting a positive change? You are actively getting a positive change out of this, and that is my imposter syndrome. You also have, I always have it at the tip of my tongue, and I can never say it properly, but I'm going to write it down because we're going to talk about this more tomorrow specifically. Dunning-Keying syndrome. It is the opposite of imposter syndrome, where the other person needs to feel that they have the answers and they know everything. They cannot accept, I don't know. They cannot say, I don't know. They will always say, yes, and. They will always say, I know about that, and they will say with confidence whatever they feel is true. Because that's what they do. The same as a kleptomaniac can't help but steal. That's what they do. The same with imposter syndrome. It's the same with the opposite of imposter syndrome. I'm going to write it down, and I'm going to learn how to pronounce it properly for tomorrow, because that's what we're going to focus on tomorrow. Today, what we are focusing on is how can we use our avatar to go through different situations and to help us work through things that maybe are triggering. So, again, I always use my story as an example because I have no problem sharing my story. I have social anxiety, and I was an assistant manager for a very large big box retailer. And every morning I would have to get up in front of everybody and talk about financials and open the floor to discussions and talk about things that I knew were smoke and mirrors, that I knew was propaganda, but I had to sell it because that was my job. And so, in order to do that, I would embody my avatar. I would use my stand-in character. I would use my imposter because they are brave, they are confident, they are proud, they speak differently, they hold themselves differently. And so I would embody that self-insert character in order to talk in front of a crowd. That's what I would do. And then on a one-on-one situation, I would be me. I would be transparent and I would be authentic. And when people said, "Oi, that bullshit that you were spouting this morning, yeah, it's bullshit, you know that. What's the real answer?" And I knew who I could explain those things to, and I knew who I couldn't. But in order to get up in front of a large crowd, I would embody my avatar. I would become Adelaide. Adelaide is like my pseudonym on the interwebs. Every game I play, Adelaide, you know, that's my main Dungeons & Dragons character. Now, is it okay to play different characters? Absolutely, because different characters allow you to explore. So, Adelaide is me. I am clunky. I have the gracefulness of a brick. I have the dexterity of a cow. I would roll stealth checks and I would roll a natural 1. Roll trash, eat trash. I don't know what to say, but you know what? Some of the situations that Adelaide got into, they were fun. Because I would play Adelaide the way that I saw myself in those situations. So I played a rogue, and so I live in the shadows. I don't go up to melee. I am not the center of attention. I'm a rogue. I live in the shadows. I pop in, stabby stabby, and I pop out. Done. I sneaky sneak. Except I don't sneaky sneak because, again, my rolls are trash. There is the fun aspect of this. And I would also allow my days to flow through that character. So yeah, there were times when I tried to steal things and I got caught. There were times that I wanted to try a certain situation and it ended badly. But regardless, I knew playing that character I was able to not have anxiety. I was able to not worry about what the world thought about me. I was able to be my authentic self because I was in my safe space with my friends. And then I started playing a character that I thought was super ass fun. Sorsha Blade Dawn was a sorceress. And if you guys know the rules of Dungeons & Dragons, sorcerers have this super cool thing called wild magic, where if you cast a spell, there's a chance that something bad is going to happen. And I thought that was super ass fun, because when I do something, there's always that chance that something bad is going to happen. And so I rolled with that. I experimented. You know what? Let's see what happens. Let's play the character that I normally do. Let's play the character, but let's also give it the chance that bad shit's gonna happen when I make a decision. There's that chance that even though it was the right decision, bad shit still happens, so I can experience the bad side of a good decision, because we all know the road to hell is paved with good intentions. Then there was the barbarian. I played a barbarian, Zelina Ravenhand, where I had the intelligence of a brick. You know, Zelina was silly and kooky to get information. She actually had the opposite of imposter syndrome, where to get information, she would actually talk to people and say, I of course know the answer to this, but I'm asking for my friend. Insert question here. Because I wanted to see what it was like to not have imposter syndrome. I wanted to see what it was like to always have the answers, to always know what the issue was, and always listen to reply. I would respond to everything, regardless if it included me or not, because I wanted to experience that. And it was uncomfortable AF. And now currently I am playing a Lionel monk. I look like a super old Tony the Tiger, and I play half deaf. I play a melee character who can't hear out of one ear and is deaf in the other, and is a monk, and has the transcendence of, Taoism. It's fun because it allows me to be me. It allows me to embrace my transformational coaching. And so you can play different characters with different objectives. You can play different characters with different goals. Maybe you're afraid of leadership, and so you make a character that is the leader of the party. And the great thing about this is that you can tell your friends, hey guys, I want to be the leader of the party because I want to experience that. And if your friends are on board, they will lean into that and they will let you be that leader. Regardless if it's a good idea or not, they will allow you that space. Because this is what D&D is about. It's about having fun. I shouldn't even say D&D, that's what tabletop roleplay is about. It's about having fun. And it's about experiencing different things in a safe setting. So, one of my amazing stories is that when I was younger and we were playing Dungeons and Dragons, this was the first time I had ever played with somebody who was a female, but they were playing a male character. And they were, doing the sexual advances on another female character. They were doing role play, and we were leaning into it because we were having fun. And that it was a couple of months later when that person came to me and said, hey, I want to thank you for allowing me to be comfortable enough to find out that I like girls instead of boys. I want to thank you for leaning into that role play and allowing me to feel safe so I can experience that. And I never thought anything of it because we were role playing. I never thought, hey, wait, what? Because it was just a game. I never realized that they were using it to experiment, to explore. And it was from that moment on I realized, oh shit, this game could actually be way more of a learning tool than we're allowing it to be. And so you'll notice, once again, that here I am, picking, chewing my fingernails, because I have imposter syndrome happening right now. But you'll also notice that my voice has changed, my tonality has changed, and my facial expressions have changed because I am excited about this topic. I am excited to talk about the things that you can experience in Dungeons & Dragons or tabletop roleplay. Personally, I have started rewriting, I should say, a new module that uses a 2d20 system, and it uses the Fallout core mechanics. Fallout from Modifius, hashtag not a sponsor, send me free stuff. Modifius has a 2d20 system with scatter die, and if you have played Fallout, you will know that there's action points, and you will know that there are a lot of mechanics that are super fun. And so I started experimenting and rewriting some of the Fallout modules to match my local area, and as well to allow people to experiment. Maybe you're a vault dweller and this is how you grew up. Maybe you're a robot and this is how you act. Maybe you're a super mutant. Maybe you're a scavenger. There is so much creativity, and again, I'm going to go more into creativity as an independent topic later on this week, because creation through dissociation is also both sides of the coin. Not only are you able to create your avatar, not only are you able to create the surroundings and create the personality that you want, you're able to create environments. If you are a dungeon master, you are able to create situations. You're able to create the world that your players are exploring and learning from. And that is what I feed off of. I love the creation portion of Dungeons & Dragons. And again, another topic that is a blanket that I want to focus on later on is that GMs also make the shittiest players. If you are a game master, you will know that there are more players than game masters out there. When someone steps up and says, hey, I want to run a Dungeons & Dragons game, suddenly everybody raises their hand. They come out of the woodwork like cockroaches. If you're a player and you say, hey, I want to run a Dungeons & Dragons game, but I don't want to DM it, oh, that's cool, let me know when you find someone to run it. For me, because I have neurolinguistics, because I have empathy, and because I am able to identify from both sides of the screen, I love the creation that other people play, and I love feeding into that creation. I am a yes and. If I want to do something and someone says, well, this is actually what I was hoping for, never mind, I will play into your creation, because this is your creation. It is a give and take. Creation allows you so much change and so much exploration. So, yesterday, we talked about awakening our avatar. Yesterday, we did a little session, and I want to do that again, except I'm going to take a little bit further. Today, I am going to talk about attributes and how my tabletop roleplay games, using transformational life coaching, change when we go into character creation. And so I invite you to join me in getting into the learning state. We're gonna trigger our Hakalau. And I know normally we would release denial, but you know what? There's no denial to release when we are creating. So, this is where we are going to get comfy, take some coffee. Oh, my coffee cup is sitting in front of the window and now it's cold. Boo. So, get yourself comfortable, whether it be on a couch, dining room chair, floor if you want. Get comfortable and look directly ahead. Relax. And then gently bring your eyes up without moving your head. Bring your eyes up to the point, the highest point you can see. Usually if you wear glasses like me, this is above the rim of your glasses. And find that spot on the wall. Without moving your head, just look up. To the point that you can't look up any higher without your eyes rolling back in your head. Focus on that spot. Don't move your head. And allow yourself to become aware of everything that you can see. Mentally take note of everything that you can see right now. And now expand that vision past your field of view and mentally picture everything past that. You know this room. You know where you are. Mentally picture everything in front of you. If you need to draw a line from your shoulders from left to right, that's cool. Expand your vision mentally from the center dot all the way out to 180 degrees around you. And once you have that picture, now I want you to expand your vision mentally 360 degrees. Start with that spot on the wall. See everything around it in your field of view. See everything 180 degrees in front of you. And then, like a flashlight, allow your mental vision to encompass everything behind you. So you can now mentally see 360 degrees around you. And when you're finished, blink it out. I know my eyes tend to get a little dry when I stare at one spot, especially when it's out of your natural eyeball location. But what we have just done is we have triggered our parasympathetic nerve opposed to our sympathetic nerve. So we have now allowed ourselves a proficiency in perception, as I like to call it. What we have done is we have told our body to pause and look at the situation before triggering a fight, flight, or freeze. This gives us a 360 degree vision of everything that's around us, an awareness of everything that's happening. I don't know if you noticed the difference yesterday when we triggered this and now today, but each day we're going to do that in the morning. And I challenge you, just to see the difference on how you would normally handle situations and how you handle them now. So, with that, let's kick over to the meditation screen because we are going to talk to your avatar. I invite you now to close your eyes. And just listen to the music and allow the music to take your unconscious where it wants to go. You can feel the cold February air around you. You hear the sounds of the room. You can feel the energies of those that are sharing your space. And you can gently feel those start to slip away as the sounds around you are replaced with the sounds of the crackling fire, the feeling of the fire on your face. You can feel the difference in temperature between the roaring fireplace and the heat coming off of it on your front to the cold February air on your back. You can feel the padding of the parson's chair underneath you, your feet firmly on a hardwood floor. The light of the fire dancing in front of your closed eyes. And then you feel the nudge of an animal at your knee. Oi, don't fall asleep. We just woke up. Come on, let's up. And you feel a hand on your shoulder. And as you open your eyes, you see that it is the same woman that you met yesterday. Standing there with brown hair, wooden beads all through it, her eyes an emerald green, wearing brown leathers that are split at the shoulders and the elbows, tied together with what looks like maybe catgut string. A thick belt around her waist holding a sword, possibly a quiver of arrows. Again, leather pants tucked into boots. The beast at your knee, you're not sure if it's a cat or a dog. It's furry. It's big, like a wolf, but its eyes are kind, like a cat. It nudges you again as you shake your head a moment and look around to take in the room. The large mantle in front of you is still there. The roaring fire is still warm. It looks like new logs have been put on it. The woman sits down across from you again. So what's your name? We were rudely interrupted before. I never got your name. My name is Adelaide Ravenhand, and I have been wandering this mountainside for quite some time, and I've never seen you before. What brings you here? I invite you to mentally have this conversation. You don't have to speak out loud if you don't want to. But mentally have this conversation with her. What's your name? Again, I invite you to look at your hands. Look at your arms. What are you wearing? Look at your feet. Look at your legs. How do you feel? This is your authentic self. This is your projection of you. What you see here is what you perceive yourself to be. What is your name? And I invite you to think, what is your greatest skill? What are you most proud of? And what category would it fall into? Is it strength? I mean physical strength, pushing a car, or digging a ditch, or being able to carry 75 pounds? Is it because are you an accomplished dancer, and so you're very dexterous? Do you find yourself calm in crazy situations? What is your greatest attribute? Do you consider yourself wise or intelligent? Again, wisdom is knowing a tomato is a fruit. Knowledge. No, actually, let me rephrase that. Knowledge is knowing that a tomato is a fruit. Wisdom is knowing not to put it in a fruit salad. So here, in this space, in this log cabin with this person in front of you, I invite you to think, now that you see how you project yourself, what is your greatest attribute? And how does that help you through the day? How does that help you get through? How does your greatest attribute here in your avatar transfer over to your IRL self, your in real life? What is the difference between you and how you hold yourself and your authentic self? And notice how the character didn't change from yesterday to today. Notice how they are still you. Do they hold themselves differently than you? Do they speak differently than you? If you are interested in exploring this character, connect with me, and we will do a D&D session with your avatars. I will walk you through character creation, and I will walk you through a scenario that you can discover more about your authentic self. And so I invite you now to open your eyes and just think, how did your authenticity, how did your avatar change? Now that we have awoken them again today, I want you, my challenge again today, my challenge yesterday was to see the difference. See the difference between yourself and your character. How do you carry yourself versus how does your character carry themselves? And my challenge today is greatest strengths, greatest attributes. How does your attribute change? What's your character's greatest attribute? What's yours? What's the difference? Allow yourself to see your authenticity through this creation. And again, I always invite you to send me any feedback you have based on what you might have learned, or maybe based on something you want to unpack. If you have played tabletop roleplay forever and you want to unpack, I always play these kind of characters, what does it mean? Hit me up. Creation through dissociation, as well as using creation to allow ourselves to find the root cause of some of our trauma, some of our anxiety. It is a game changer, and I can tell you from experience, it's amazing. So, again, I open the floor if you want to connect with me for more information on tabletop therapy. I know that word is triggering, so that's why I use tabletop transformational life coaching, which is also a mouthful. Hit me up. You can get a hold of me on all of the socials. You can DM me, and we'll see where your character goes. We can see where your avatar goes. Now, I know we are going to be running over a little bit, but I do want to end on our meditation note, as we usually do. So I invite you now to take that drink of coffee, milk tea juice, and find somewhere comfortable. Find somewhere that you're not going to be disturbed, let's say, for the next 15 or 20 minutes. So that we can bring the morning energies into our lives and start this day off on a positive note. As always, I want to thank you for choosing to actively join me this morning for meditation, breathwork, talking about tabletop roleplay and how it can help you learn to digest certain things in your life, or how it can help you get through the day. But more importantly, thank you for actively choosing to start your day on a positive note. Thank you for choosing to hang out with me instead of watching the news or watching the weather. I also want to give a shout out to SuperStever1, who followed me while I was in the middle of the character creation. You'll notice that I don't necessarily have the alerts on, because sometimes they can break the immersion, they can break the meditation. But I do want to give a shout out to SuperStever. Thank you for the follow. As well as yesterday, I think I gave the shout out to Simply Nothing. And let your friends know. Let your friends know that you actively choose to start your day with meditation, start your day with breathwork, start your day with an awareness thought that challenges you throughout the day and allows you to start off on a positive, opposed to everything sucks. So, let's flip over to the meditation screen. And I invite you now, as always, to take that last drink of coffee, milk tea juice. Grab that mouthful of bagel or cereal or whatever you happen to be eating, and get comfortable. I, of course, am sitting in my leather computer chair, which does not get very comfortable after a while. I am sitting in the half lotus, if anybody cares. this is my comfortable spot because while I am guiding you through a meditation, I also need to make sure that I do not fall into the meditative state. That's why I turn off my camera, because I am reading a script actively so that I can keep my words flowing without necessarily falling into the meditative state. I invite you now to close your eyes. Bring your awareness to your breath. Inhale through your nose, filling your belly and then your chest. Hold for a moment, then release, starting with your chest and then the belly. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pause. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. With this next breath, breathe out through your mouth and pause at the end of your exhale and allow the music to take your unconscious where it wants to go. If you find your thoughts wandering, that's okay. Gently bring your awareness back to your breath. Thoughts will come. Acknowledge them. Show them gratitude. And then come back to the breath. Be kind to yourself and let go of any judgment. Know that no matter how you do this morning meditation is right for you. For the next few breaths, bring your awareness to the rise and fall of your chest, pausing at the end of each inhale and exhale is to touch the silence. Now take 2 or 3 deep yawns. You can fake a yawn until one comes in. And allow your breathing to return to the normal pace. Just notice the natural, spontaneous breath. Bring your attention to the top of your head. Relax the muscles at the top, the sides, and the back of your head. Move to your forehead, soften it. Soften your eyebrows, the eyes, your ears, and your cheeks. Unclench your jaw. Relax your tongue, your lips. Bring your attention to the throat. Allow the muscles surrounding it to relax. Soften the back of your neck. And move your attention to your shoulders. Do the same. Now bring your focus to your upper arms, your forearms, hands, relaxing each as you go. Allow yourself to feel gravity push on the relaxation of the muscles. Don't sleep. If you need to mentally remind yourself that you are meditating, go ahead. This morning meditation sometimes can put us back to sleep with the relaxation. Just mentally tell yourself, I'm meditating, I am not sleeping. Bring your awareness to your chest. Soften the muscles that make up the chest wall. Relax your belly, your lower abdomen. Move to the top of your back. Relax the muscles around your shoulder blades, the middle part of your back, the lower part, all the way down to the buttocks. Relax your right thigh, the muscles around your knee, the front of your leg, your calf muscle, your right ankle, your right foot, and toes. Now relax your left thigh, the muscles around your left knee, the front of your left leg, your calf, your ankle, your left foot, and toes. Bring your attention to your whole body. Notice any sensations you may feel. Bring your gentle attention to any area that you would like to relax further. Scan your entire body as you breathe and let your whole being settle into this morning practice. Mentally picture the morning sun rising. Feel its warm rays of light infusing you with beautiful yellow energy. Allow the ribbons of light to surround your body, relaxing it. Observe your breath. Calm your breathing. If you find that your thoughts take you somewhere else, that's okay. Show them gratitude, acknowledge them, and bring your awareness back to the breath. Feel your chest rise with each inhale. Notice the parts of your body that gently move. Notice your chest and abdomen as you exhale. Feel the parts of your body that move. With each breath, feel the morning energy gently waking your entire body. Notice any sensations you might feel. Breathe in, sending oxygen to your head and face. Exhale. Breathe and send life-giving air to your neck, shoulders, and chest muscles. Allow them to take in the air and get ready for the day. Breathe and send oxygen to your entire back. Allow those muscles to awaken. Breathe. Send the oxygen to your abdomen and thighs. Breathe. Send energy from your breath to the legs to power you through the day. Breathe. Allow the sun's rays to infuse you with the energy you need to begin your day. Now, allow the energy from the air you breathe and the warm rays to begin to power you up for the whole day. Breathe into your heart. Send golden energy to your heart center in gratitude for the beginning of this new day. Bring your awareness to your breath and just remain focused on your breath for the next few moments. Remember, thoughts are okay. If you find your thoughts wandering, gently bring them back, showing them gratitude and acknowledgement. Allow your unconscious to take you to your place of Zen. And allow yourself to see the world that the music creates in your mind. Notice the peace and calm throughout your body. Mentally say to yourself, I control how energy and information flow. Say this mentally with confidence and conviction. Imagine purple and violet light of divine wisdom and discernment coming down from the top of your head into your heart and into the rest of your body. Have that violet light come out from your chest, wrap around you, and go back into you through your spine. The second layer of this shield is the golden light of divine, unconditional love, coming down from your highest source of self-wisdom. Have the light spill from your head like a waterfall, wrap around the first shield, and move down to the bottom of your feet. The final layer of your shield is bright, clear light of divine, absolute power, coming down from your source, surrounding your entire body, creating a bubble. The bubble extends beyond your outreached hands, below your feet, and above your head. I invite you now to develop awareness of this shield. Feel the warmth and comfort of the divine, absolute power, the unconditional love and wisdom surrounding you. Show gratitude to everything and the intention, I control how energy and information flow. Once again, I want to thank you for joining me in this morning meditation. I hope that it is a positive change for you, and I hope that it protects you from the negativity of the day, and I also hope that you are able to find peace and joy in it each morning. I am always available for your connection. If you want a personal meditation made for you, please connect with me and let me know. I can add in your own personal sankalpa. I can build it to your own specifications. But most importantly, remember that in Dungeons & Dragons, when a player uses the help action, the other player gets to roll with advantage. So let me use the help action to help you live with advantage.